What's up, my name is Shane. This is my 2004 International School Bus. It is a 5-window bus and I built the entire thing out myself. First we're going to start with the exterior and then we're going to go inside. I did paint the exterior of this bus. The paint that I used is Rust-Oleum, and I just bought a $75 Wagner sprayer and that's what I sprayed it with. I just taped off all these things and just sprayed it and it came out great. So this is the exhaust for my diesel heater. I did tap into the tank. It's nice to be tapped into the tank so you don't have to fill up that plastic jug every other day. I can fill up my bus and come out to the woods and I know I'm not going to run out of heat. This is my water fill right here. You just need a threaded hose. You put it on and screw it on. I have a 50-gallon water tank on board. And I have an overfill valve that comes down here. So when I'm filling it up, I can just hook up a hose and I just watch for water to leak out the bottom, then I know it's full. So you don't have to open up the doors and watch the tank. The water tank will last me about a week. I'll have to fill up every week. And that'll give me about 2 or 3 different showers and I'll be able to wash my dishes and do everything that I need. So I did replace all the lights on the back. The brake lights, the turn signals, all that. I got these off Amazon and they really make a difference. It's nice having lights that people can actually see on your bus. The flashers up here, the flasher deletes, I got from Skoolie.com. Real easy to put those on. And then I actually got this from Skoolie.com as well. This is how I lock my bus. I put a padlock across it. It's really meant for a Bluebird. So I had to modify it a little bit. I put this little piece of wood in there and then screwed it to it and it gave it what it needed to be able to lock. So this is my propane filling station over here. I got this hatch from Skoolie.com, really simple, pulls up and then you have access to your tanks right there. It does hold 2 tanks, so yeah, you got a lot of propane on board. The propane only goes to my stove inside, so this should last me like at least 6 months, maybe even a year. So that was the exterior. Let's check out the inside. So this is the inside. This is the captain's seat, whatever you want to call it. This is where I do all the driving. Got my trusty fan up here that I installed. It's a 12-volt fan. It's got 3 different speeds on it. And then the high speed. So that's really nice while you're driving, just have that air blown on you. Behind me here, I've got a little USB light and I can plug in my cell phone to charge it while I'm driving also, which is really nice. I don't know what any of these are, so we're gonna tackle that one day. I'll start disconnecting things and putting things back together, but we don't touch that section. My parking brake, you know, all the good stuff. So this is the living space. Let me show you the shower. So this is my shower. I have built showers before that were the standard 32 by 36 pan. So I wanted something with a little bit more elbow room. And I don't like walling off my builds. I wanted it to be open and I still wanted that natural light to come through. So I just put these glass blocks in here. I got them off Amazon. They were about 14 bucks a piece and I just put them around and built little frames around them. The shower I can barely stand in. I'm 6 foot. Now I can shower standing up like this, but it's also designed to sit down, which makes it really nice. You save a lot of water and it's easier to shower this way. And you can also turn around the head and face the shower right at you. Now you're below the walls, so you're not really splashing too much. And then up here, I'm gonna line it with plants. So any splashing is gonna hit the plants regardless. And I'll have a nice little wall right here. And then, you know, you can put your shaver there, you can put your bar of soap here, and it's just a really comfortable place to shower. This is my kitchen. I got the butcher block from Lowe's. It's, you know, just a standard birch butcher block, I believe. This front plate actually does open up, and then I'm going to build a box inside of it so you can put like your toothbrush, sponges, soap, and things like that. The counter space. I wanted as much counter space, but I also wanted to keep the kitchen very small and compact. I've lived in a few different vehicles, and this is plenty of counter space. The most important thing in your kitchen is your sink and your stove, I believe so. And I wanted a nice big kitchen sink that I can put plants in while I'm driving. I can put pots in there, I can fill the thing up. It's really nice having a nice big sink. And I also have a shower head for a faucet, so you can move this around. A cool feature to my sink is my soap. It's actually got a little magnet that you press into the bar, and then it sits right there like that. People love the soap dispenser. This is my stove. I wanted a stove that I can put away, but I also want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I don't like opening a drawer and then pulling out a camp stove, so I came up with this design. So you actually pull the stove out, lift the glass up here, and then the stove sits like that, and then you can cook. You can actually cook sitting down if you wanted to. Up top here, I just put a little shelf so you can put things, and little shelves on each side so you can put plants and stuff in there. I got my toothbrush over there, you know, like some incense stuff. Got my aloe plant, and up here I keep my bread and any snacks, chips, anything you want to put up there, easily accessible. Down here is my closet area. I wanted an area where you can hang things, so this actually has a place so you can hang your coats and stuff like that. And down below is an area to put your laundry, because laundry is definitely one of those things that is overlooked during a build. So I wanted an area just dedicated specifically for dirty laundry, and you can just shove all of your stuff in there. When it fills up, you can just pull it out, take it in the laundromat, and clean it. Down here are just drawers. These all slide out. And then these open up as well. So I have storage underneath of the sink, and I can put all of my food and everything inside of my drawers. This is my fridge. It's an Iceco fridge. It will be on slides. I got the slides right here. I just haven't installed it yet. I can easily access my food just like that. This is my bed. This is actually a king size bed, and it's about 6 inches too short. So I do have to build like a little cubby area over there. And this is plenty of space for me and my dog. I mean, I've got so much room in here, no complaints. Alright. So it's nice to be able to sit down on your bed as well. Being crammed in a little tiny space, I didn't want any of that. So I wanted a nice open space, so I chose not to put any shelving up top. And having the skylight right here is really nice. You can just pop right out. Cool. The insulation for this build, I did use foam board. I use foam board because it doesn't mold and it has a high R value. I used 1/2 inch in the ceiling to save me ceiling height, and I actually used 1/2 inch in the floor as well. And in the walls, I used 1.5 inches just to give it a little bit of extra beefiness, because I wasn't worried about losing too much space this way. But this way was super important. I am 6 foot tall, and I can stand, and I just have a finger space in there. So that's really nice to be able to move your neck like this and be able to actually move inside of your build, rather than just being crammed like this all the time, which does not feel good to do. The electrical in here, I've got 400 watts on the roof, and then I've got a 300 amp hour Rely-on battery. It's a lithium battery, and I can charge it at low temperatures as well, which is really nice, especially in the Pacific Northwest, because we do experience really cold weather out here. So being able to charge your battery and survive out here is really important. The equipment that I use for my electrical is Victron, and I also have a Victron MultiPlus 2000 inverter as well, which I can power my outlets or anything that I need. The wood that I chose on the sides here is aspen. I was in Colorado and I went to a mill and they had this aspen wood there, and I could not resist using this wood on my build. I love the way it looks. This is actually fungus that is in the wood, and it just brings out so much character, all the knots and everything, and I absolutely love it. I treated all of my wood with natural products I got from Green Building Supply. So there's no off-gassing, there's no toxic stuff in here. Everything is safe and doctor recommended. I followed the principles of biophilic design in this, which I wanted natural sunlight, earth tones, using natural materials, and having wind and sunlight come in, rather than just living in this little box that everyone builds and you don't have the natural elements outside. You're not enjoying the natural elements outside. I wanted to build basically a human nature relationship inside of your vehicle. That was the goal for this build. I wanted you to come in here and feel like you're outside, but you're also inside at the same time. This is storage for all of my clothes underneath here. I mean, this side is basically my junk drawer where I keep all of my bags and all of my toiletries and stuff like that. But these sides, I keep all my clothes in here. It's really nice to have these. They slide right out. Nothing opens up while I drive. I do use soft closing drawer slides. They actually pull the drawer back in, and if you're not overloading them, they're not going to open while you drive. I've never had any of these drawers open up, even the oven, while I drive. I decided to leave this area open. I do have a few ideas for this area. I am open for suggestions as well. I'm thinking about putting a dinette set here, possibly bringing the couch out and then having the couch actually slide out and you can put a table on the floor. Or I was actually thinking about having one that folds against the wall and then opens up. It's just really nice having this extra space right here. You have an area to put your shoes on. My dog lays right here. And it's really nice just having that extra space in the area. I started woodworking when I was pretty young. I've been doing woodworking for over 20 years now. And I also had a job for 13 years fixing hot tubs, where I learned basic plumbing and electricity. When I found bus life on the internet, everything just sort of aligned for me because I had been doing woodworking, plumbing, and electric my entire life. Building this rig was something that was very near and dear to my heart. And I started building in 2019, and I've built out probably 8 vans and 2 school buses since then, and it's been a journey. I did originally live in a van before the school bus, and I lived in a Mercedes Sprinter van and also a Ford Econoline van. Transitioning into a bus has been a complete game changer as far as space and comfort. I'm used to living in this little tin can, and now this is literally like having an apartment on wheels. It's really nice. Driving and parking a bus compared to a van is a little bit different. You do have to plan ahead when you're going somewhere in a bus. In a van, you can just start it up and drive into town easily. But the bus is more of, it's a slower process, which I like because I don't like moving fast paced. I don't like rushing. I don't like road rage or any of that stuff. Driving a school bus and just taking your time somewhere, it's a lot more of my lifestyle and what fits my personality versus living in a van. A van is very fast paced. You're constantly going in and out because you don't have all the food storage. You don't have all the fridge storage. But in the bus, you can put all that stuff in there and you can fit it all in there. You're actually going out for longer periods. You're not having to come into town and refuel and resupply everything and fill up your water. You can go out for a week or two if you wanted to in a bus. That's the biggest difference that I'm noticing, and I'm probably never going back to living in a van after living in a bus. The toilet. The toilet will go in here. I am a veteran. I've been living on the road for 4 years, so I don't necessarily need a toilet. But you can fit a toilet in here. Or I was thinking, when I put the dinette set in over there, I can put a toilet that slides out underneath, just for emergencies. I use nature, so there's no issue with that for me. Thanks for checking out my bus build. If you want to follow my journey, I'm over at Instagram at shane.dennis with 3 N's. And I am also available to do custom builds as well. I am a traveling builder. So if you got a rig and you got a property that I can work on, I can come to you. So you can get in contact me on my Instagram. And thank you guys so much. See you on the next one. Links in the description.